Welcome to the Launch Capsule. With your host, James DuBos. Buckle up because your launch capsule begins now.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hi, I'm Laura Beth, your moderator for this interview, and joining me is Jim DuBos, founder of the DuBos Group. Today, we'll be discussing entrepreneurial fulfillment, building a successful business, and how to build a fantastic employee-centric culture. Welcome, Jim.
Thank you, Laura Beth. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, now in this interview, we are discussing the first pillar of entrepreneurial fulfillment, which is gratitude. So, Jim, how does gratitude help support fulfillment as an entrepreneur?
Well, look, after 35 years in 10 companies, I think it's really important that we start maybe with a definition. Laura, the one I like to use the most when I'm talking about this is an attitude of appreciation regardless of the circumstance that you find yourself in. And so when you focus first on that word attitude, when we wake up in the morning, what is the mindset that we're starting our day with? Is it a positive view on life? And so that's the first thing that I would tell you is gratitude begins with a positive mindset. Because running a business is going to take tenacious, honestly, just obstinate optimism. Elon Musk had a statement recently that I thought was really succinct and beautiful in describing the founder experience. And the founder it's like chewing glass while staring off into the abyss. Being an entrepreneur can be hard. It can be difficult.
It's an understatement. Yeah.
So really, gratitude is almost like a secret sauce in your business because we're going to have these frustrating and difficult moments. And so this is a moment where you can kind of step back and just reframe what's happening to you in that moment and say, well, what are the things in my life that I'm grateful for? Whether it's families or it's friendships, customer relationships, whatever those things are. The element in the definition is appreciation. Well, what do you appreciate? Right? So as an entrepreneur, there are many, many things, even when it's difficult, that you can learn to appreciate. And so this is all beginning to kind of set the foundation. That's why I describe in my ebook, that gratitude is really the foundational pillar of being a fulfilled entrepreneur. And I like to say that the source of the optimism, this tenacious optimism that I talk about, is really a grateful heart.
Yeah, well said. And couldn't agree more. You've got to have this gratitude and things to even work for that keep you motivated. And gratitude definitely plays into that. So, what practices have you implemented to exercise this more in your own life?
Well, that's this again, over 35 years. I'm going to start with a great book. The name of the book is The World's Greatest Salesman, and it was written by Og Mandino. And Og writes about these scrolls, and the scrolls are really habits that he is trying to project on us as individuals, that if we possess, these different habits, we will become great. And the second scroll in the book is called Start Each Day with Love in Your Heart. And it's kind of a way to think about gratitude, because you can't really have gratitude unless you're appreciative. And where does appreciation come from? It comes from love. And so again, building on the awareness of the good things in your life, well, how do you do that? I love this practice of a gratitude journal where you take 10 minutes during the day, every day at the same time, you step away from your email, and you just write down for 10 minutes, what are all the various things? And it doesn't have to be super lofty things. It can be just simple things. I had a great sandwich or a wonderful conversation with somebody. It doesn't matter. Just things that you're grateful for, because really what you're doing, I like to describe it as just like when you work out on a treadmill or some other form of physical exercise. This is like strengthening the appreciation muscle. And so it's a way, it's a way to, as you as the entrepreneur, as the founder, owner of your business, if you're fortunate enough to have team members who are working with you, you can encourage your team, to do the same thing. And so when everyone is working on this gratitude awareness in their life, one of the simple things I like to do is you start every meeting with having a couple of the team members just say something that they're grateful for. Hey, I'm grateful for a beautiful day, or I'm grateful to be working in in this group of people, or whatever, right? Whatever it is. You're creating this positive tone that people, it lifts everyone up because they're thinking about all the good things that are happening in the business at that time, even if there's serious challenges that are going on. And what you're starting to do is build this supportive team culture in the environment.
So how can you spread gratitude in your business?
So I like the old maxim, if you will, a principle of humanity. Treat others as you want to be treated. And a lot of people refer to this as kind of a moral guideline, but that's not really what I'm thinking about here. I'm thinking about company culture, where you start with this environment of mutual respect and appreciation for each other. And you treat your employees, your customers, your colleagues with kindness and respect. Everyone starts to feel valued. There's a great expression that I love, is that people are much more likely to care when they feel cared for. Think about that. People care when they are cared for. And so it just fosters this positive work environment where collaboration and productivity are going to flourish because they feel valued. It's not a one-time thing. This is a habit. This is needs to become a practice, and ultimately it'll become a way of life for you as the entrepreneur owner as you travel through your journey in your company.
Absolutely. Great thoughts today on gratitude. Thank you, Jim.
You're welcome.
That's a wrap for today's episode of The Launch Capsule. The Launch Capsule. With your host and mentor to success, James DuBos. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe and share.